Hey everyone, welcome back to Nature's Amazing Wonders, where we dive into the wild side of our planet. Today we're taking a thrilling ride through the world's most dangerous beaches. Where the sun is bright, the water is blue, and the hazards are, well, let's just say they're not for the faint-hearted. We're diving headfirst into places where Mother Nature shows her teeth, and believe me, her bite is far worse than her bark. These aren't your average seaside spots for a bit of sunbathing and a gentle paddle. Oh no, these are the untamed edges of our world where the sand meets a furious ocean. A churning, relentless power that demands respect. Forget the ice cream vans and deck chairs. We're talking about raw, primal forces that can turn a dream holiday into a desperate fight for survival in the blink of an eye. It's where beauty and brutality dance a dangerous tango, and you, my friend, are invited to watch. From a safe distance, hopefully. This is going to be an incredible journey, a real roller coaster through some of the planet's most breathtaking, yet utterly treacherous coastal environments. We're peeling back the picture postcard facade to reveal the hidden perils that lurk just beneath that sparkling surface or beyond that inviting shoreline. Think of it as an extreme survival course, but with more sand in your boots and the constant roar of the ocean as your rather intimidating instructor. We'll be looking at currents that can snatch you like a rag doll, waves that can crush you with the force of a runaway lorry, and wildlife that isn't too keen on sharing its territory. This is nature in its most formidable, awe-inspiring, and, let's be honest, downright terrifying state. Fasten your seatbelts, it's going to be a wild one. First up, we're heading to Virginia Beach in the USA. Now, on the surface, this place looks like the quintessential American dream, miles of golden sand, a bustling boardwalk alive with laughter and the smell of hot dogs, families enjoying the sunshine. It's the kind of place you'd imagine features on postcards, promising endless fun and relaxation. You can almost hear the classic beach tunes playing, see the colorful umbrellas dotting the landscape. It's vibrant, it's inviting, and it pulls you in with an air of carefree enjoyment. But, as we often find in the wild, appearances can be incredibly deceptive. This isn't just any beach, it's got a hidden side, a rogue element that can catch the unwary completely off guard. You see, the wild has a cunning way of masking its dangers beneath a veneer of tranquility. Virginia Beach, with its cheerful facade, is a prime example. People flock here, their guards down, expecting nothing more than a pleasant dip in the Atlantic. They see the gentle waves lapping the shore, feel the warm sun on their skin, and assume all is well. But beneath that seemingly benign surface, unseen forces are at play. Powerful currents and unpredictable conditions that transform this idyllic scene into a potential survival situation. It's a stark reminder that even in popular, well-trodden locations, Mother Nature holds the trump cards, and she can play them without a moment's notice. The host called it your classic beach day gone rogue, and that's a fitting description. Imagine you're out there enjoying a swim, the shore seemingly close, and then suddenly you feel that inexorable pull. That's the rogue element kicking in. It's the Atlantic Ocean reminding you that it's a vast, untamed wilderness, not a swimming pool. The currents here are notorious, capable of dragging even strong swimmers away from safety with terrifying speed. This isn't about malicious intent from nature. It's simply the raw mechanics of a powerful ecosystem. And if you don't understand those mechanics, you can quickly find yourself in a world of trouble. It's that sudden shift from pleasure to peril that defines the danger here. This transition from a familiar, seemingly controlled environment to one that's suddenly wild and unpredictable presents a massive psychological challenge. 1 minute you're in control, the next you're at the mercy of forces far greater than yourself. Panic can set in, and that's often the biggest enemy in any survival situation. Virginia Beach, for all its family-friendly appeal, demands a level of awareness and respect that many visitors might not initially consider. It's a place where a casual dip can escalate, and understanding that potential is the first step towards staying safe. It's a classic battle of man versus the elements, played out on a seemingly ordinary stretch of coastline. Right, next on Norma's list is Hanakapy Beach in Hawaii. Now this is what most people picture when they dream of a tropical paradise. Imagine lush emerald green cliffs plunging dramatically into a turquoise ocean, a crescent of golden sand nestled at the mouth of a verdant valley, the air thick with the scent of tropical flowers. It's remote, it's rugged, it's breathtakingly beautiful. You can almost feel the ancient spirit of the islands here, a sense of untouched, raw nature that's becoming increasingly rare in our modern world. It's the kind of place that whispers promises of serenity and escape, a true jewel of the Pacific. But as the host rightly warned, don't be fooled. This stunning beauty is a siren's call, luring the unwary towards some truly formidable dangers. Hanakapy is a perfect example of how the most captivating environments can also be the most treacherous, the very elements that create its dramatic beauty. The powerful Pacific swells, the remote location, the rugged terrain are also the sources of its peril. That shimmering water, so inviting from a distance, hides incredibly strong currents and a shore break that can slam you onto the sand with brutal force. It's a place where the visual feast belies a very real physical threat, a stark reminder that paradise can have a very sharp edge. Let's talk more about that paradise aspect. What makes Hanakapy so incredibly alluring? It's the isolation, the feeling that you've stepped into a lost world. Access is often via the challenging Kalalau Trail, meaning fewer crowds and a sense of true wilderness. This remoteness, however, is a double-edged sword. If something goes wrong here, an injury on the trail, or getting into trouble in the water, help is a long way off. There are no lifeguards on duty, no easy rescue. You are truly on your own, reliant on your wits, your preparation, and a healthy dose of luck. The very wildness that draws adventurers is what makes it so unforgiving. And there's a psychological game at play too. When you're surrounded by such overwhelming beauty, it's easy to let your guard down, to feel a sense of invincibility, or to dismiss the warning signs. You've hiked all this way, you're in paradise, what could possibly go wrong? That temptation to take a cooling dip despite the ominous roar of the surf can be incredibly strong, but Hanakapy demands a level of respect and caution that goes beyond what many are prepared for. It's a place that tests not just your physical abilities, but your judgment and your ability to resist the allure of a dangerous beauty. It's a potent and potentially lethal combination. Right, listen up. We've arrived at Maho Beach in St. Martin. At first glance, it's everything you dream of for a tropical getaway. Brilliant white sand stretching out like a welcoming carpet, crystal clear turquoise waters shimmering under the blazing Caribbean sun, and palm trees swaying gently in what seems like a tranquil sea breeze. But in the world of survival, deceptive beauty often masks hidden dangers, and Maho Beach is a prime example. The calm can be shattered in an instant by something truly extraordinary and potentially lethal. Forget crocodiles or piranhas. The predators at Maho Beach have wings of metal and an insatiable thirst for the runway just yards away. The casual beachgoer might see it as a thrill, a unique spectacle. But for a survivor, it's a clear signal. The environment is about to change drastically and violently. This is a danger entirely of our own making, placed smack bang in the middle of an otherwise idyllic spot. All right, team, our next destination takes us to the sun-drenched shores of Florida, specifically to New Smyrna Beach. On the surface, it's classic Americana golden sands, rolling waves perfect for surfing, families enjoying the sunshine, the smell of sunscreen and salt in the air. It looks inviting, a perfect slice of coastal paradise, but as we know, looks can be deceiving in the wild. Beneath those seemingly innocuous waves lies a truth that has earned this beach a rather chilling reputation. New Smyrna is widely known as the shark bite capital of the world. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just our playground. We're sharing it with some very efficient and often unseen predators. Those statistics, they don't come from nowhere. This isn't just sensational media hype. It's a documented reality based on the sheer number of encounters that happen here year after year. So why here? What makes New Smyrna such a hot spot? Well, it's a confluence of factors. The water here is often murky, stirred up by the currents, and the nearby Ponce de Leon Inlet, reducing visibility for both humans and sharks. This area is also teeming with baitfish, the primary food source for many shark species, effectively making it a bustling underwater diner. Add a high volume of surfers and swimmers into that mix, and you've got a recipe for mistaken identity and unfortunate encounters. The usual suspects in these waters are not typically the giant great whites you see in the movies, though other large species can pass through. More commonly, the bites here are attributed to smaller, yet still formidable species like juvenile bull sharks, blacktip sharks, and spinner sharks. These aren't malicious man-eaters actively hunting humans. Most bites are believed to be cases of mistaken identity. A quick investigatory bite in low visibility conditions. They're looking for fish, and a dangling hand or foot can, unfortunately, resemble their usual prey. But even a small shark can inflict serious damage, and the experience is, without doubt, terrifying. When you decide to enter the water at New Smyrna Beach, you absolutely must operate with a heightened level of awareness. This isn't like paddling in your local swimming pool. You are consciously choosing to enter a known high-density predator environment. Every single sense needs to be engaged. You're listening for unusual activity. You're watching the water for telltale signs. You're feeling for changes in current. It's about understanding that you are a guest in their territory and behaving accordingly. Complacency here can be a very dangerous thing. This is their world, and we need to respect that. Right then, we're venturing into a place that truly lives up to its name, the skeleton coast of Namibia. This isn't your typical sun-drenched paradise. Oh no. This is where the unforgiving Namib Desert crashes headlong into the furious Atlantic Ocean. It's a stark, desolate beauty. A landscape that whispers tales of survival and despair. You can feel the raw power of nature here. The kind that commands respect and demands resilience. If you found yourself washed ashore here, unprepared, you'd be in a world of trouble. Imagine standing on these shores, the wind whipping sand into your face, the roar of the surf a constant reminder of the ocean's might. Towering dunes stretch inland as far as the eye can see, a sea of sand that offers little in the way of sustenance or shelter. The infamous coastal fog often rolls in, thick and disorienting, shrouding the landscape in an eerie silence broken only by the waves. This fog, born from the cold Benguela current meeting the hot desert air, can reduce visibility to mere feet, making navigation a nightmare. It's a place that feels ancient, untamed, and utterly indifferent to human presence, a true wilderness in every sense of the word. They call it the Skeleton Coast for a reason, and it's not a cheerful one. For centuries, this treacherous coastline has been a graveyard for ships, their wooden and steel frames now picked clean by the relentless sun, wind, and salt. You'll find the bleached bones of whales, massive vertebrae, and ribs scattered along the shore, testament to the ocean's bounty and its brutality. These skeletal remains are stark monuments to the perils of this coast, a visual history of disaster and the immense power of the sea. Each rusted hull and splintered mast tells a story of a journey that ended abruptly, a stark warning to any who dare underestimate this environment. If you were to be shipwrecked here, the immediate dangers would be overwhelming. Dehydration would be your first and most pressing enemy, with fresh water incredibly scarce in this arid landscape. The relentless sun during the day can be brutal, leading to heat stroke, while the nights can bring a surprising chill. Finding shelter from the elements would be paramount, as would sourcing any form of food. This is a place that tests the very limits of human endurance. It's not just about surviving the ocean, but surviving the land that greets you with such an inhospitable embrace. Every decision, every ounce of energy would count. Despite its harshness, life incredibly finds a way to cling on here on the Skeleton Coast. You might spot desert-adapted elephants, their hides caked in dust, making their way to scarce water sources. Jackals and hyenas patrol the beaches, opportunistic scavengers looking for anything the tide might bring in, or perhaps the remains of a less fortunate creature. Even lions have been known to roam these desolate shores, a truly remarkable adaptation. These animals are masters of survival, honed by generations of living in an environment where every day is a battle for resources. They understand the rhythms of this land in a way we can only marvel at. The ocean itself here is a formidable adversary. The Benguela Current, sweeping up from the Antarctic, brings cold, nutrient-rich waters, but it also creates powerful and unpredictable currents and a ferocious surf. These waves have been smashing against this coastline for millennia, shaping the very landscape, and they show no mercy to ships or swimmers. Trying to land a small boat here or swim ashore would be an incredibly dangerous undertaking. The seabed is littered with submerged rocks and shifting sandbanks, hidden traps waiting to ensnare the unwary. This is not a place for a casual dip. The Atlantic here is a wild, untamed beast. The shipwrecks themselves are perhaps the most iconic feature of the Skeleton Coast. Some are relatively recent, their steel hulls slowly succumbing to rust and relentless waves, while others are mere phantoms, wooden skeletons half buried in the sand. These ghostly relics serve as constant, chilling reminders of nature's raw power and the perils faced by seafarers. Imagine the terror of those aboard as their vessels were driven aground. The desperate struggle to reach a shore that offered little hope of salvation. Each wreck is a monument to human ambition meeting an immovable, uncaring force. They are a stark illustration of what happens when things go catastrophically wrong. The sheer scale of this coastline is awe-inspiring and frankly intimidating. Miles upon miles of uninhabited beach, backed by an endless desert, can make a person feel incredibly small and insignificant. If you were lost here, the vastness could easily lead to despair. Finding your bearings, finding help would be a monumental task. It's a place that can strip away all sense of modern comfort and leave you face to face with the raw, primal realities of survival. This isn't just a beach, it's an arena where nature holds all the cards. And it plays a very tough game indeed. You've got to respect that power. Our next destination sends a shiver down the spine just with its name, Playa de los Muertos, the Beach of the Dead in Mexico. Now, that's not a moniker you earn by being a tranquil spot for a family picnic. This beach carries a heavy reputation, one steeped in local lore and unfortunate events. It immediately tells you this isn't your average sunseeker's paradise. There's a story here, a somber one, that commands a different kind of attention. You approach a place like this with a sense of caution, an awareness that the beauty you see might be masking some serious hidden dangers. It's a name that serves as a stark warning. The primary reason for its ominous title, as you might guess, relates to the perils lurking within its waters. This stretch of coastline is notorious for incredibly strong undertows and treacherous rip currents that can snatch unsuspecting swimmers and drag them out to sea with frightening speed. Tragedies have occurred here, lives lost to the powerful embrace of the Pacific, etching a sorrowful history into the sands. The ocean here, while beautiful, can be a cruel mistress, and the Beach of the Dead stands as a solemn testament to its formidable and sometimes fatal power. It's a stark reminder that even the most inviting waters can hide lethal secrets. When you stand on the shores of Playa de los Muertos, you can't help but feel the weight of its name and history. Does the air feel different? Perhaps. There's a certain sobriety that hangs over places with such a past, a quiet solemnity that contrasts with the usual joyous atmosphere of a beach. The sound of the waves might seem a little more mournful, the shadows a little deeper. It's a place that invites reflection rather than reckless abandon. The beauty is undeniable, the Pacific stretching out before you, but it's a beauty tinged with a sense of caution, a knowledge of the stories held within its depths. Local communities often have a deep respect and sometimes a healthy fear for places like this. There are likely stories passed down through generations, tales of caution, and perhaps even superstitions surrounding the Beach of the Dead. These aren't just old wives' tales. They are often born from hard-earned experience and a profound understanding of the local environment. Heeding these local warnings is absolutely crucial. They know the moods of the ocean here, the hidden dangers, and when it's safe, or more importantly, when it's absolutely not. Ignoring such wisdom in a place named Beach of the Dead would be foolish to say the least. So there you have it, an incredible journey to some of the world's most dangerous beaches. From the rogue currents of Virginia Beach to the sharky waters of New Smyrna, the jet blast of Maho, the desolate beauty of the Skeleton Coast, and the somber warnings of Playa de los Muertos. Each one a unique challenge, each one a testament to nature's raw power. It's been a wild adventure, all right, and I hope it's opened your eyes to the respect these incredible yet perilous places demand. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own experiences. Knowledge shared is knowledge gained, especially in the wild. From my perspective, facing environments like these, whether it's a dense jungle, a towering mountain, or a treacherous coastline, always comes down to a few key principles. Preparation is everything. Know the risks, understand the environment, and have the right gear and mindset. But more than that, it's about having that survival instinct, that ability to think on your feet, to improvise, adapt, and overcome when things go wrong. Because out here, nature always has the upper hand, and you've got to be ready to respond when it throws a curveball. These beaches are beautiful, but they are wild, and wildness demands respect. Remember, the ocean, much like any vast wilderness, is a place of incredible beauty, a source of life and wonder. But, as the host rightly said, it also has a wicked sense of humor, and sometimes it plays for keeps. It can be serene and inviting one moment and a raging, formidable beast the next. That duality is part of its allure, but it's also what makes it so dangerous. Staying safe out there means understanding this, respecting its power, and never ever underestimating it. Keep exploring, keep pushing your boundaries, but do it wisely, with knowledge and with caution. So until our paths cross again on another adventure, keep that spirit of exploration alive. Learn the skills, respect the wild, and always be prepared. Whether you're on the highest peak or the wildest shore, your best tool is always your mind. Stay sharp, stay alert, and as the host says, see you on the waves. But perhaps stick to the safer ones, eh? Or at least make sure you know what you're getting into. Improvise, adapt, survive. That's the way.